I took a risk that could ruin this farm. Big loans, bigger plans, and absolutely no margin for error. Olives in the ground, production buildings coming, debt climbing every month. If the numbers don't work, everything collapses. The animals, the land, years of work, gone. This year decides whether the plan pays off or whether I'm forced to sell everything just to survive. This is Season 7, and this is the risk that decides the future of this farm. August's here, and we're into a brand new year on the farm. This is the season where everything we've been building toward finally starts to matter. Olives are nearly ready, soybeans are in the ground, and the fish food plan we've been talking about for years is no longer just an idea, it's becoming real. Last season was all about foundations. We planted olives, expanded the fields, brought soybeans into rotation, and proved the farm could actually run as a business. Morning, mate. Busy month ahead.
Morning, Liam. Feels like things are finally getting serious now.
I'll be feeding the cows and checking the stock this morning. The soybeans, though, weeds have gotten away on us. Can you head to Kilted Pistons, load the small sprayer with herbicide, and get that field sorted?
Yeah, that's no problem. Might take a bit longer with the small sprayer, but it'll do the job.
Perfect. Right, let's get to work. First job of the day is feeding these Highland cattle. They've been patient, but they're definitely ready for breakfast. 2 bales should keep them happy for now. They're looking good this year. Healthy, calm, and right on track. This year's going to be expensive. Olive harvester, oil mill, flour mill, none of that comes cheap. There's a good chance we'll need to talk to the bank, maybe take on some debt, but that's the reality of growing something properly. The difference now is we've got steady income. Lettuces, lumber, livestock. The farm's carrying itself while we invest in what comes next. Once the olives start producing oil and the barley's turned into flour, everything feeds into the same system. Soybeans, flour, oil, all heading down to Uncle Alistair's fish food plant. From there, fish breeding, and one day, full aquaculture in the loch. It's a long road, but for the first time, every part of the plan actually connects. While Ewan's out spraying the soybean field, I'll finish checking the animals and head over to the goats next. Numbers are growing again out there, and we need to stay on top of it. August's just the beginning, but it already feels like this is the year everything changes. Right, forks away. Time to check on the goats. "127 goats in the paddock. Plenty of water from the underground supply, and about 23,000 litres of hay left. They're in good shape for now. I'll shift the older goats out of the yoga barn and bring them over here. Keep the younger ones back for the classes. Makes life easier all round. Right then, let's get you lot moving. Just easing the gates open. Oldest ones first. Nice and steady. Hey, you.
Hey, how's your day going?
Not bad at all. Just moving some goats out of the yoga barn into the paddock. Numbers were getting a bit silly in there.
That sounds about right for your farm.
After this, I'm going to check the barley in the bulk hall, see how it's drying. Then I need to lime the olives. Their pH is a bit low.
That's exciting though. Olives are finally becoming a real thing.
Yeah, feels like it's all starting to connect. What are you up to today?
I'm down at the animal dealer. Repenning lambs, checking weights, sorting paperwork. Busy, but I love it. No 2 days are ever the same.
That's what I love about you. You genuinely care about every animal that comes through.
I couldn't imagine doing anything else. Even the messy days are worth it.
Still thinking about the other night, by the way? Was nice doing some karaoke with you down at the pub.
Yeah, it really was. And now I know you can't sing. We should do that more often, when you're not buried in farm work.
And here was me thinking you enjoyed my rendition of Cotton Eye Joe. Never again.
It was adorable.
Yeah. Anyway, I'd better finish this up.
Good luck with that. I'll see you later.
Will do. Talk soon. You're still around out there? How's it going?
Yeah, all good. This sprayer's tiny though. It's taking forever. I'm nearly done now.
Yeah, probably should have bought a bigger one, but this'll do for now. We need to save every pound we can this year.
Fair enough. Makes sense with everything you've got coming up.
I'm just finishing liming the olives. Once you're done spraying, you can probably head home for the day.
Yep, last couple of runs now. I'll head back once that's done.
Sounds good. See you shortly. Right, that's August pretty much done. Last job of the month. Check on the goat yoga income. £8,000 this month. Can't complain about that at all. That's August wrapped. Good month. Let's see what September brings. September's here. Olives are growing nicely now. Not long until harvest. And of course, pouring rain. Classic Scottish September. Let's check on the cows. 30 of them in here now. All lying about like they're playing dead. Just warm, dry, and very comfortable by the looks of it. And that'll be Ewan, just in time. Morning, Ewan. Cows are looking spot on.
Yeah, they're in great shape. Can't complain at all.
I'll be picking up the lettuces today and taking them down to the warehouse, along with the timber from the sawmill. While I'm gone, can you hitch up the cedar and get barley planted in fields 9 and 13? This rain should leave the ground perfect.
Yep, sounds good. I'll get straight onto it.
Right then, let's get to work. Right, I'll hitch this trailer up, get some deliveries done, and bring a bit of money in for September. Hey, Uncle Alistair.
Morning, Liam. Thought I'd check in. How's that fish food project coming along?
Busy. Soybeans are in the ground now. Barley's just been planted again last month. And the olives are nearly ready. Soybeans should be harvested around November. Olives next month. There's a lot happening all at once.
Sounds like you've got the raw ingredients moving. But what's the plan for processing it all? Barley needs to become flour. Olives need to become oil.
Yeah, that's the next big step. I've been thinking about it a lot. Where the old silage pit used to be, by the greenhouses, that space is free now. I've been talking to the builders about putting a flour mill and an oil mill there, if they'll fit.
Good thinking. Planning ahead is half the battle.
Construction should start over winter if everything lines up. Hopefully they'll be finished in time for when the olives and barley really start flowing.
Just make sure you've got enough volume to keep those factories running. They're expensive bits of kit.
That's the tricky part. I don't really know the yield requirements yet. We'll have to play it year by year, adjust acreage, watch the numbers, scale up or down depending on how the finances look.
And don't forget, you'll need an olive harvester.
Yeah, I know. Those aren't cheap either. I've got a feeling I'll be visiting the bank again before long.
Just be careful with debt. It creeps up fast if the monthly income doesn't keep pace.
Understood. It's a risk, but if we don't invest, we don't grow. And if this works, it all feeds back into the fish food operation.
That's true. Expansion done right pays for itself. Eventually. Listen, when you're free today, come down to the docks. I've got something I want to show you.
Something you want to show me? What is it?
Can't say over the phone. You'll have to come see for yourself.
All right, you've got my attention. I'll finish up on the farm and head down later.
Good man. See you soon.
Catch you later. That should be the last of it for today. Field 9's looking good, barley's finally in the ground, and Ewan's making steady progress over in 13. Honestly, this is one of those days where everything's just ticking along how it should. It's funny. A year ago, half of this was still just ideas. Olives in the ground, soybeans coming along, barley going in on time. Even the animals feel settled. Right, tractor can stay here. I'll park this up and head into town. Uncle Alistair sounded serious on the phone. Didn't want to say anything outright. Said he had something to show me down at the docks. Could be paperwork, could be plans, could be nothing. But knowing him, it's probably something he's been sitting on for a while. Either way, I've got time. Let's go see what's got him thinking.
I'm glad you came down, Liam. I didn't want to do this over the phone. Some things you need to see with your own eyes.
You've got me curious now. What is it?
This. Everything tied to the factory. The deeds, ownership records, the original purchase, the expansions, the dock access rights. All of it.
You brought the deeds down here?
Aye, because I'm starting to think seriously about the future. I won't be running that place forever, and lately I've had people knocking. Investors, big ones, plenty of money.
And they're interested in the business?
They say they are, but they don't talk about fish feed. They talk about land value, redevelopment, logistics hubs. Once it's sold, that's it. The place I built from scratch is gone.
So, you'd rather sell it to someone who keeps it alive?
Exactly. And that's why I'm showing you this. I'd rather see you own it one day than watch it torn apart by people who don't care what it does or why it exists.
I won't lie to you. I don't have that kind of money right now. Not even close. Between the farm, the mills I still need to build, it's a lot.
I know. I'm not asking for an answer today. I just wanted you to understand what's coming, and that if you ever wanted it, I'd give you the chance before anyone else.
I appreciate that more than you know. I'll need time. Proper time to think.
That's all I'm asking. Have a think. When the time comes, we'll talk again.
So that's what this is about. Not today, not tomorrow, but soon enough. Big money sniffing around, looking at land instead of livelihoods.
Hey, Liam. Just finishing up the second field now. Barley's in, nice and even. I'll be heading home shortly. Margaret's got soup on the go.
Perfect timing then. Fields look great from my end. Thanks for cracking on with it today.
Yep. Hard not to rush when you know there's soup waiting.
Can't argue with that. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Right, last stop before calling it a day. Let's see how our four-legged entertainers have done. Another 8,000 coming in from the goat yoga. Not bad at all. These goats are quietly becoming one of the most reliable parts of the whole operation. September's wrapped up nicely. Crops are in, animals are settled, and there's bigger questions on the horizon. But we'll tackle those when the time comes. Onwards into October. October's here. Autumn's properly set in now, and we're heading into one of the biggest months this farm's ever had. Let's check on the cows first. 7-month-olds looking good, 13-month-olds growing nicely, and the 24-month mums, 10 of them, all pregnant. About 4 months out from calving. Just in time. That'll be Ewan. October means olives, and right now, we don't have a harvester.
Yeah, I was wondering how you were planning to tackle that one.
There's no way we can buy one outright. Budget just won't stretch that far. So it's hire purchase or nothing.
Makes sense. Better to own it long term than rent one for a fortune every year.
Exactly. If the olives do what we think they'll do, a couple of harvests should cover the cost, and once the oil's flowing, the whole production line starts making sense. Right, here we are. Kilted pistons. Time to see what they've got. Two options. One cheaper brand, never heard of it, 253,000. Tempting. And then there's the New Holland, 306,000. More expensive, but it's a name I trust. I've already gone New Holland with the tractor. Might as well stick with what I know. 182 horsepower, 4,000 litres of olive capacity, 4 miles an hour working speed, 5% deposit, 15,000 up front. Monthly repayments are going to sting, 25,000 a month. That's not small money. But this is the cost of moving forward. Well, here it is. New Holland Broud 9090X Olive. Never driven one of these before. Never harvested olives before either. Looks complicated. Buttons everywhere. But honestly, it's kind of exciting. Let's get this back to the farm and figure it out. Straight to the grove. Right, controls everywhere. This is definitely a learning curve. New Holland tractor, New Holland olive harvester. If nothing else, we're committed now. Alright, here goes.
How's it going out there? You figured it out yet?
I think so. Olives are flying into the back and the trees are clearing, so that feels like success.
That's a good sign. I'll hitch up the flatbed and start hauling timber from the sawmill. We're going to need the cash after that purchase.
Yeah, no kidding. This year's getting expensive fast.
Once the timber's sold, I'll head back into the forest and get some more trees down.
Perfect. Cheers, mate. And just like that, we're harvesting olives. One more piece of the puzzle finally moving into place. Right, that's 4,000 litres full. Time to unload this harvester into the trailer Ewan parked up for us. Alright, here we go. Look at that, olives flowing straight in, filling the trailer nicely. 4,000 litres. Love to see it. Right then, back onto the rows. Plenty more to get through today. Hello, Liam speaking.
Hi Liam, sorry to call out of the blue. My name's Callum Reed. Walter gave me your number.
Oh yeah? Right. And what can I do for you, Callum?
I'm a local land consultant. I work around Kinlig and the surrounding estates. Forestry, production land, infrastructure, that sort of thing. Walter mentioned you've been expanding pretty aggressively this past year.
I suppose you could say that. We've had a lot on the go.
Olives, soybeans, forestry, livestock, and now I hear talk of production chains and processing facilities. That's not something many farms around here attempt.
It's definitely not the easy route, but it's the direction we're heading.
That's exactly why I wanted to reach out. Farms that try to do everything themselves usually struggle. Farms that plan 5 years ahead, they tend to survive.
And where do you fit into all this?
Let's just say I keep an eye on land movements, sales that don't make the listings, sites with long-term potential that most people overlook.
I won't lie, expansion's on the table, but money's tight right now.
I expected that. I'm not calling to sell you anything today, just to introduce myself, and to say that opportunities don't always wait for perfect timing.
Fair enough.
I'll be around. If you ever want to talk land, logistics, or risks that don't show up on spreadsheets, give me a call.
All right, Callum. Appreciate the call.
Good luck with the harvest. Sounds like you've got something interesting building out there.
Huh, that's a new one. Walter doesn't usually pass my number around unless he thinks it's worth listening to. Now, slight problem. We've got a full trailer load of olives and absolutely nowhere to store them. Didn't really think this part through, did we?
Not even a little bit. Good thing we cleared that space by the greenhouses.
Can you grab the combine and get it out of the way? Maybe park it on the grass by the house. I'll talk to the builders and get this sorted.
Sounds like a plan. I'll shift it now.
Right then. This is the space. Big, open, right next to the greenhouses. £240,000 for the oil mill. But if this plan's going to work, this is non-negotiable. And there it is. Just like that. A full-scale oil processing mill. Big blue building, fits nicely in the yard. Drop-off point right at the front, collection area around the back for bottled oil. And back here, a small office. Somewhere to manage logistics, production, and all the boring but important stuff. All right, let's fire this thing up. Olive oil production is live. 240 cycles per month. It takes 25 olives to produce 10 litres of oil. We haven't crunched the numbers yet, but we will. How many olives we need depends entirely on how much fish food we plan to make at Uncle Alistair's factory. For now, we get this running, see what the yields look like, and adjust the orchard size if we need to. Here we go. Look at that. Olives tipping straight into the mill. Months of work finally moving into the next stage. Right, your turn to enjoy the new harvester. You can finish off the olive rows. I'll take it easy for a bit with the tractor and trailer.
Sounds like a plan.
Plenty still to do, but this feels like a big step forward.
Second load coming through now. Hard to believe how quick this filled up.
Olives are flowing nicely. Harvest going better than I expected, honestly.
Trees held up well. Rows were clean. Yields look decent.
This trailer's sitting at about 8,000 litres now.
And I've almost got another full tank here. Last row now.
That'll put the whole grove around, what, 25,000 litres all up?
Roughly, yeah. That's a good number to note down.
Question is it enough?
Hard to say until we run the numbers.
Once we work out how much oil we actually need for a full year of fish food, we'll know.
I'll head off home then. Margaret's got dinner waiting.
Can't argue with that. Thanks for today. Big help. And just like that, the olive harvest is done. 25,000 litres from our first ever season. Not bad, but not definitive either. We've got oil going into production now, barley in the ground, soybeans on the way, but the real test is whether all of this actually lines up once the numbers are in front of us. For now though, the work's done. Olives are processed, machines are parked, and Ewan's clocked off for the day. Last job, like always, is sorting the books. Goat yoga's come through again. £8,000 straight into the account. We were sitting at 26,000. That bumps us up nicely. It's not much, but it matters. Every bit does. Let's see what November brings.
Hi Liam, it's John from the bank. I'm calling about your account. We received your loan payment this month, but it was late. I need you to check your accounts today and make sure there are sufficient funds by the end of the month. This is the first time you've missed a payment, and we can't allow that to happen more than 2 months in a row.
I understand. I'm sorry about that. I'll check the accounts right now and see what's going on.
Thank you. Please get back to me if there are any issues.
Right, let's see what's actually going on here. Blimey! Higher purchase payments. Almost 36,000 a month. Minus £12,000. We finished last month with 36,000 in the bank. Add the loan repayment on top, another 9,000. That's nearly £45,000 leaving the account every single month. Alistair warned me this could happen. We cannot let this happen again. 50,000 in the bank at the end of every month, minimum. Otherwise the bank's going to shut us down. Morning, Ewan. We've got a problem.
Doesn't sound good. What's going on?
Bank rang this morning. We missed a payment last month. First time, but still, it's not good. We're paying nearly 45 grand a month in loans and hire purchase. Didn't fully clock how heavy that was going to be.
Right. So this month's about damage control.
Exactly. Once the rain clears, can you prep the combine and start harvesting the soybeans? While you're doing that, I'll run deliveries. Lettuces, goat milk, dairy products. Feed the animals. Keep everything moving.
Sounds like a plan. Hopefully we can at least break even.
We need to. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, you don't usually sound like that. What's going on?
I'm starting to worry, Fee. The loans are hitting harder than I expected. Hire purchase on the harvester, the oil mill, the combine, plus the main loan. We're bleeding money every month right now.
Liam, that's a lot of debt.
I know, but we were investing in the future. Productions take time.
Investing's fine, but only if you can survive the short term. You need breathing room, cash, now.
I've been looking around the farm, and honestly, the animals might be the answer.
What do you mean?
I've got over 200 goats. Too many. And we don't have the fields to keep making hay. Hay's running low already, and winter's even started yet.
Selling goats would make sense. My bosses would take them. Good quality stock too.
I've even thought about selling the beef cows, resetting the animals completely. Keep the goat yoga goats, sell the rest, start fresh once finances stabilise.
That's not failure, Liam. That's survival. Sometimes stepping back is what lets you move forward again.
I hate the idea, but I hate the idea of losing the farm more.
Whatever you decide, I've got your back. We'll make it work.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, I'll see you later, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Bye. Right, enough talking. Time to earn. If this month doesn't turn around, we'll have to make some hard calls. While I'm running these last deliveries, I just want to take a moment to thank the people who genuinely keep this farm moving. The next-gen legends. You know who you are. Chunk Chew, Chicken with Gun, Mega Lucario 4455, Anthony Richardson, Florian Riedel 1669, Kai Yatsi. Your support means more than you probably realise. Through the good months and the tough ones, you're always there. This farm doesn't just run on crops and machines. It runs on people backing the journey. So thank you, truly. Right, trailer's ready. Time to head out and give Ewan a hand with this soybean harvest. Ewan, give me a moment away. How are you getting on out there?
Just filling up my first tank now. Nearly full.
Already? That's only the first one.
Yep, I've cleared over half the field already.
Yield doesn't look amazing from here.
That's soybeans for you. They never look impressive, but it adds up in the end. I'll unload this into your trailer, then I'll finish off the rest of the field.
Fingers crossed it's enough for what we need. If this comes up short, it puts a bit of pressure on the whole fish food plan this year.
Let's see where we land before we panic. Worst case, we adjust next season. That's farming.
Yeah, one step at a time. Watching those soybeans come off, this is where all the planning finally turns into numbers. We've got olives in the mill, barley ready for flour, soybeans coming in now. But the margins are tight. Too tight. If this works, it changes everything. If it doesn't, we rethink, adapt, survive. Farming's funny like that. One good harvest can erase months of stress.
Just a heads up, Liam. I've put the combine away now. I'm heading out to the forest to bring in a few more trees. Sawmill was running a bit low.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll grab the goat yoga income first, then I'll join you out there. If there was ever a month we need that money, it's now.
Too right. I'll see you out there in a bit.
Right, let's see what we've got this month. £7,000. Not as much as last time, but still a solid, steady income. These goats keep quietly saving the farm. 172 goats in the paddock now. At this rate, we'll be pushing 200 before long. The sawmill's sitting at 25,000 litres of wood. We'll push that up a bit more before month's end, give ourselves a buffer. Ewan's been hammering this forest. We're a long way back on this right-hand side now. Clearing this area is step one. This is where the quarry goes one day. Not yet though. Too many other productions to fund first. The quarry, the dairy, they'll come once the fish food starts paying its way. For now, we've got enough money to see us into December. Winter won't be easy, but we're still here. Let's bring on December.
December's here. Winter's set in, the days are short, and the real test begins. Only £22,000 left in the bank. Cows are looking good, production's ticking along, but we've got no room for mistakes now. First job of the day is feeding these cows, and honestly, it's starting to worry me. We're running out of hay fast, and with the herd growing every month, they're eating more than I planned for. No grass fields left, no silage this year. Once this hay's gone, we're either buying feed or we're in trouble. Ewan's away for the next couple of months. He and Margaret have escaped to Spain, chasing the sun, while I hold the fort through winter. Should be fine though, no big field work. Just buying, selling, feeding, and keeping this place alive. Right, cows are fed. Time to hitch up the flatbed and get this wood sold. We need money. Fast. Every load counts right now. Selling the wood brings some cash in, but it's nowhere near enough for what's coming. If this plan is going to work, I need a flour mill, and that means a visit to the bank. Here's the problem. We've got olives turning into oil, soybeans coming in soon, but the barley, it's useless unless we can turn it into flour. Without a flour mill on the farm, the entire fish food plan falls apart. Everything needs to feed into Uncle Alistair's factory, and right now, we're one production short, which means debt. Again. Hey John, I would like to get another farm loan, please.
Liam, I'll be straight with you. You're already carrying a fair bit of debt. Higher purchase on the olive harvester, higher purchase on the combine, and you've still got nearly a year left on that £300,000 loan.
I know, but this next step is critical. Without the flour mill, the whole production chain stops before it starts.
How much are you asking for?
300,000, 3 years. This isn't about surviving winter. It's about making this farm sustainable.
All right, we can approve it, but it won't be cheap. 4% interest. Monthly repayments just over £9,000.
That works. It has to.
Then it's approved. But Liam, you're walking a fine line now. Miss payments again, and we'll be having a very different conversation.
Thanks, John. Have a good day. Right, that's the loan approved. And more debt. But now, at least the plan can move forward.
Leaving town now. Loan approved, 300,000 in the bank. That puts us at just over £380,000 total. A scary number,
but also a huge opportunity if we get this right. Back home. Right, this is the spot. Plenty of space here, close to the oil mill, easy access for trailers. This should be perfect. First though, this combine's in the way. Let's get you moved. That'll do nicely. Parked up on the lawn by the house. Out of the way, but still easy to grab when we need it. Alright, time to get this mill built and finally turn that barley into flour. And just like that, wow, look at that. £290,000 well spent. The flour mill is finally up, sitting right beside the oil mill. This looks incredible. Barley goes in at the front here, pallets of flour come out the back. Storage space is perfect, layout makes sense, and it ties everything together exactly how I pictured it. This is the missing piece of the puzzle. Let's get inside and see what this thing needs. Alright, barley flour production on. It takes 30 units of barley to produce 22 units of flour, running up to 480 cycles per month. For now, let's get this thing moving. A few more jobs to tick off before calling it a day. Trailer first. Let's get some barley in here and give the mill something to chew on. 50,000 litres sitting in bulk storage. This trailer will take 18,500 litres. There we go. Let's get this tipped in and start making some flour. Perfect. We'll start with one trailer for now, see how it goes, and feed it more as we need to. You can already see it ticking away. Flour pallets starting to build up straight away. Over at the oil mill, still around 15,000 litres of olives inside, steadily producing bottled oil. That won't last forever, but with the extra trees we planted this year, next season should be far stronger. Last job of the month, and my favourite. £8,000 from the goat yoga for December. Steady, reliable, and honestly keeping us afloat more than I ever expected. New year next, new challenges. January, and the snow hasn't stopped falling for days. First stop, the cows. And yeah, I've done it again. Feed's running low. 30 cows in this pen now, and they're absolutely hammering through the hay. Wow, look at that. 8 full pallets of flour already sitting there, ready to go. The barley's been working overtime. There's still about 6,500 litres of barley left inside the mill as well, so we've got more flour coming yet. All right, time to brave the snow and get a few jobs done. We won't be doing anything major this month, but there's still plenty that needs ticking off. First priority, feed. Every bale counts right now. With these on the trailer, the cows will be sorted for a bit longer, but I can't ignore this anymore. We're running out of feed faster than I planned for. Grass is months away. Even when spring comes, I still need a field, seed, time, and money. I really didn't think this part through properly. The soybeans might be the answer. If I can harvest them earlier this year, maybe October instead of November, I could plant grass straight after. That would at least give me one cut by March or April, just enough to keep the animals going. Then I replant soybeans again later, rotate the field, crops and grass working together. It's risky, but at the moment, feed is the biggest ticking clock on this farm. Right, next job, wood chips. We've got 53,000 litres sitting in the sawmill. January's the best time to sell, and at £545 per 1,000 litres, this should bring in a decent chunk. Let's get this loaded, get it sold, and get back inside before my hands freeze solid.
Hey, how's things holding up out there?
Cold, busy, and if I'm being straight, a bit stressful. I had to take out another loan to get the flour mill built, but it's running now. The oil mill's bottling oil, the flour's stacking up, And the soybeans are ready to go once Ewan's back.
I just worry about the debt, Liam. It's a lot to carry.
I know. We're still bringing money in every month. Once the fish food starts moving, that's when this all pays off. At least, that's the hope.
Just promise me you'll be careful.
I promise.
All right, see you tonight, honey.
Yeah, see you then. Can't wait. All right, last job of the month. Goat yoga income. £5,000. Not massive, but steady. That leaves us with around 80,000 in the bank heading into February. But the systems are running. The plan is finally moving. Let's see what February brings. February's here. The snow's finally cleared, but winter has well and truly settled in now. And better yet, Ewan's back. Holiday done, rested up, and ready to get stuck back into farm life. Ewan, good to have you back, mate. January was interesting, to say the least. Took on another loan, got the flour mill built, oil mills running, but it's been tight. How was Spain?
Warm. Too warm. Nice break though. Margaret loved it. Feels good to be back doing something useful again.
Good timing too. This month's a big one. If you hitch up the flatbed and load the flour and oil, I'll follow behind with the soybeans.
Sounds like a great plan.
Right then, time to get moving. Look at that! 18 full pallets of barley flour stacked and ready. Oil mill next. 9 pallets ready to go, with another 4 almost finished. All right, soybeans next. 15,000 litres loaded into the trailer. That should be enough to get the first proper run going. Time to call Uncle Alistair. Uncle, we're heading your way. You at the factory?
Aye, I'm at the factory now. Everything's prepped and ready for you.
Perfect. We're on our way with the flour, oil and soybeans. The whole lot.
That's brilliant to hear. See you shortly.
All right, here we are. It's just up here on the right, Ewan. Pull in and unload. I'll follow straight behind.
Got it. Once this is done, I'll head back and get some more trees into the sawmill.
That'd be perfect. See you back at the farm. Right, soybeans unloaded. I'll head inside and make sure everything's set up properly. Fish food production activated. 60 soybeans, 8 olive oil per 100 fish food, 120 cycles a month. This is it.
Ah, Liam, you made it. Already getting yourself acquainted with the setup, I see.
Yeah, everything's here. Great to finally see it all together.
That's what I like to see. I'll have the lads prioritise your batches and keep everything separate. This'll be your run. Let's see what this idea can really do.
Thanks, Alistair. I really appreciate it. Right, back to the farm. A couple more small jobs to wrap up the day. And just like that, the plan is finally in motion. Right, Yoga Goat's looking hungry again. Let's get you some more hay before anyone starts complaining. A few bales in, nice and easy. That should keep them happy for a bit. Next job, deliveries. Warehouse run. Wood, pallets, whatever we can move. Every pound counts right now. All right, let's get to work.
Afternoon, Liam. Heard Callum Reid gave you a call.
Yeah, he rang out of the blue the other day. Said you passed my number on. Just wanted to understand why, and whether I should be listening to him. I don't mind people reaching out, but things are getting serious on this farm now.
Fair question. I wouldn't give your number out lightly. Callum's sharp. He's not a farmer, but he understands land, logistics, long-term value. He's been sniffing around opportunities up this way for a while. When he asked who I trusted to actually build something, not flip it, your name came up.
That's good to hear. Still, timing's everything. I've expanded fast. Oil mills running, flour mills running, fish food's finally started, but the cash flow's tight.
Yeah, I figured. That's why I thought you two should at least talk. You've always played the long game, Liam. Callum respects that.
I appreciate that. I do want to expand, just not recklessly. I'm clearing the forest behind the olives and goat paddock next. Thinking quarry, maybe a stonemason down the line.
That's a smart move. You've got clean water under that land, pure stuff. Quarry plus water access, that's easy money if you do it right. No hauling water in, no extra costs, just pump and process.
Exactly my thinking. But again, it all costs to start.
You also mentioned Alistair when you called earlier.
Yeah, he's thinking about selling the fish food factory eventually. Wants me to have first refusal, but I just can't afford it right now. He mentioned investors though. That's what's bothering me.
I thought it might. I do know them, Liam.
You do?
One of them, anyway. Sebastian Calder. He's Ryan Calder's cousin.
That's not what I expected.
He's not Ryan Calder himself, if that's what you're thinking. Different cloth entirely. Smarter, more polished. But that doesn't always make him safer.
That's exactly what worries me.
He's a businessman first. If something stops making sense on paper, he'll strip it down and move on. Alistair wouldn't want that, and neither would you.
No, that factory needs to keep doing what it was built for. Sounds like I need to tread carefully, with Callum and with Calder's cousin.
That's all I wanted you to know. Talk to them, listen, but don't rush anything. You've built something real there. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise.
Thanks, Walter. Really, that helps more than you know. Right, last job of the month. Goat yoga income time. £8,000. Not flashy, but steady. That puts us just under 85,000 in the bank. Not comfortable, but enough to keep moving. March is next, and things are only going to get bigger from here. March is here. Winter's finally starting to loosen its grip, and for the first time in a while, it actually feels like things might be moving forward again. The Highland cattle are doing well. 40 in the pen now, with 10 new calves just born. A quick look at the goats too. 30 out of 32 in the goat yoga pen. Plenty of food left, plenty of milk coming in. And here comes Ewan now.
Morning, Liam. Looks like a decent day for it, at least.
Morning. The olive guys are due shortly. We're expanding the grove today. Once the trees are in, can you load up the sawmill output and run it down to the warehouse? I'll head to the fish food factory and make sure everything's ready to go. When you're done, come grab me and we'll get it all shifted.
Sounds good. I'll see you down there once the trees are sorted.
Right then, let's get this done. Heading down to the olive grove now. It's actually pretty satisfying seeing this place grow. A few months ago, this was just grass.
They're here now. Just let them know where you want the rows and they'll crack on.
Perfect. Thanks, Ewan. I'll meet you down at the fish food factory. Well, look at that. 5 new rows along this side and 1 more on the far end to balance it out. That's exactly what we needed. This grove's finally starting to look like a proper operation. Right, let's get moving. There it is, the fish food factory, all ready in the loading bay. 5 full pallets of fish food. 2,000 litres per pallet. That's honestly incredible to see. Ewan should be here any second.
There we go.
I can't believe it's actually come together. Flour, oil, soybeans, it's all finally working.
Only weak point is the soybeans. Everything else looks solid, but we're definitely short there.
Yeah, we'll need more field space eventually. Just not something we can afford right now.
One step at a time. I'll get this down to the warehouse and sold.
All right, and time for me to get back as well and get some things squared away for the day.
Liam, sold it. About 18 grand for that batch. Not bad at all.
18,000. It's not massive, but it proves the system works. And this is only the beginning. Thanks, Ewan. That's March wrapped up. The fish food is flowing, the olive groves expanded, and for the first time this season, it feels like we've built something that can actually last. Now we prep for spring and summer, April through August. More growth, more pressure, and a lot more riding on this plan. April already. Just like that, we're into the next phase of the year. The plan is set, the investments are locked in, and now it's time to actually see if this all works. Barley to harvest in the coming months, soybeans to get in the ground, wood to keep selling, products to keep moving, and maybe some tough decisions around animals if money gets tight again.
Morning, Liam. Yep, I'm just about ready to go. What do you want me starting on?
If you can hitch up the planter and get the soybeans planted in field 10, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll give the tractor a quick wash first, and then I'll head straight out.
Nice one. After that, if you're up for it, head back into the forest and get a few more trees cut down and into the sawmill.
No worries at all. I'll crack on with that once the planting's done.
Perfect. Let's get to work. While Ewan's out there planting the soybeans, I'll get on with a few jobs of my own. First up, I want to check on the barley and then get some deliveries done. We need money moving this month. It feels good finally being in this part of the year. Things are growing, plans are in motion, and for the first time in a while, it doesn't feel like we're just reacting to problems. Now look at this barley. This field is in incredible shape. Yield sitting at about 121%. Nitrogen is spot on, pH levels are good. Honestly, I couldn't have asked for better. The only thing we're missing right now is more soybeans. Ideally, I'd love to buy that field between 13 and 10 and really scale this up properly. But that's just not realistic at the moment. The money isn't there, and after the year we've had, I'm not taking on any more land until things stabilise. Speaking of money, we're sitting at just £27,000 in the bank. That's not comfortable. With the loans and higher purchase repayments ticking over every month, we really need to be clearing at least £50,000 consistently, or things could get messy again. Right, let's get these deliveries sold. There we go. Wood beams, planks, long planks, all sold. Just over £40,000 back into the account. That puts us at £68,000, which feels a lot healthier already.
I'm back in the forest now, getting a couple of the bigger trees loaded into the sawmill.
Nice work. How's it looking down there?
Really good, actually. That space is opening up fast. Won't be long before this whole side is cleared out.
That's good to hear. We'll need to think long-term about keeping enough timber for the sawmill, but that's a problem for another day.
Yeah, plenty on our plates already, and then I'll head home and get some rest.
Sounds good. Thanks for today, mate. I'll see you next month. Right, last job of the day, and probably the most predictable one on this farm now. Goat yoga. £5,000 straight into the bank. Not massive, but reliable. That brings us up to £73,000 heading into May. Not a huge month, but a solid one. And just like that, April comes to a close. A solid month, no disasters, no big shocks. Let's see what May brings. May already. Spring's finally starting to show up properly now. The mornings are brighter, the air feels lighter, and for the first time in a while, it actually feels like the farm is waking up again.
Morning, Liam. What's the plan today?
We've got to move the older goats out of the goat yoga pen and into the main paddock. Then, we're going to sell most of them.
Oh, that's a shame. All right. I'll hitch up the animal trailer and get started.
Thanks, mate. I'll give Fiona a call and get some help lined up. Well, this isn't how I imagined this season going. But if we want to keep this farm alive, we need to make at least 50 grand this month just to stay on top of the loans. We don't have crops ready. We don't have much product to move. And the goats, they're about to run out of food. Sorry, guys. I really am. You've done your job. At least we've still got some goat milk to shift. Every bit helps right now. Right, time to call Fiona.
Hey, everything okay?
Yeah, sort of. I've made the call to sell the goats. Most of them.
Oh, that's tough.
It is, but there's a lot of money tied up in them, and they breed like crazy. Once we get a grass field sorted and can make our own hay again, we'll build it back properly. Right now, it's the only move that makes sense.
How many are we talking?
Around 300.
300? I didn't realise the herd had grown that big.
Yeah, it got away from me a bit.
All right, I'll send a livestock lorry down straight away. They should be with you within the hour, and you'll have payment by the end of the day. We'll take good care of them.
I know you will. Talk soon. And just like that, here they come. We started this farm with maybe 10 goats in that yoga barn. 10. Watching it grow into hundreds was incredible. They've been one of the best income streams we've had, especially early on. At least the goat yoga side isn't ending. We're keeping the lambs. We'll start again, just slower, smarter. Still, the pen's empty now. Feels strange, but the money was needed. £111,000 sitting in the bank already. And once everything clears, we're just under £150,000. About £120,000 from the goats alone, plus the milk. That's massive. That gives us breathing room. Now, onto the cows. We'll sell the 3 older groups first. 30 head over the next few months once feed gets tight. Keep 10 calves growing on. Reset the cycle. It's not ideal, but it'll help clear debt and keep us moving forward. Sometimes farming isn't about growing bigger. Sometimes it's about knowing when to step back. Last thing for the month, goat yoga income. £5,000 straight in. That puts us just over £150,000 in the bank as we wrap up May. A hard month, a necessary month. Let's see what June brings. June. This is going to be a big one. Barley harvest, cows to sell, straw to bale, products to move. Let's start with the livestock. We're selling the 3 older groups of cows today, the 32-month-olds, the 21-month-olds, and the 15-month-olds. 30 head in total. We'll keep the 10 youngest calves. They'll get fed, they'll grow on slowly, and they'll buy us time until we can finally sort a grass field properly. Fiona already knows.
She's sending the livestock lorry back again today to pick them up as they're ready. Ewan, are you able to hop in the combine and head out to field 13 first, then field 9? Barley's ready to come off.
Yep, I'll get onto that right now.
Perfect. I'll bring a trailer up and leave it there for you to load while I get stuck into deliveries. Once you're finished, I'll come back, move the trailer, and we'll start baling all the straw.
Sounds like a good plan. I'll see you out there.
All right, let's make some money. £95,000 in the bank after last month. That's not terrible, but with the loans we've got, it's not comfortable either. I'm straight into deliveries. Wood from the sawmill, lettuce runs, livestock sales. Then back to help in the fields and start baling straw. No wasted time today.
Liam, just thought I'd give you a call. How's the barley harvest looking?
Good. Really good, actually. Ewan's out there now getting it off. I'm juggling deliveries at the same time, trying to keep cash flowing.
That's good to hear. And I wanted to say, the fish food we've been producing from your ingredients has been outstanding. Best quality we've had coming through the factory in years.
That's great to hear. Makes all the stress worth it.
It really does. You're doing something right, Liam. I wanted to raise something with you again, about the factory.
Yeah?
I've had another conversation with the investor, Sebastian Calder, Ryan Calder's cousin.
Right.
He's put in a strong offer. On paper, it's very tempting, but I know his type. He won't keep the place running. He'll tear it down, turn the docks into an import-export hub, and this business, it'll be gone. I don't want that, Liam. This factory is my life's work.
I get that.
I'd much rather sell it to you, keep it local, keep it alive. But I can't just give it away. I need to sell it properly. I'm planning to retire in about 3 years. If you could get the money together by then, I'd feel a lot better handing it over to you.
I'd love that. Truly. Right now, I'm just trying to keep my head above water with the loans and the machines. But give me a year or two. Once the flour, oil, soybeans and fish food are all flowing properly, once we've got aquaculture running, maybe even the quarry and stonemason, and a proper dairy set up, this place could really work.
That's exactly why I want you to have it. No pressure. Just think about it.
I will. I promise.
Good lad. Now go get that barley in.
That's a lot to think about. But first, I've got work to do. June's not going to wait for anyone.
All right, Ewan, I'm just grabbing the trailer for the barley now. I'll drop it off at the mill, bring it straight back out to the field, then we can unload the combine, and I'll park it up on the far side for you.
Yep, sounds good. I'm nearly full on this pass anyway.
After that, I'll head into Kilted Pistons and pick up a stack of hay bales for the calves and the lambs. That should keep them going for the next couple of months at least.
Good thinking. That'll take a bit of pressure off.
Ewan, can I ask you something a bit more serious?
Yeah, go on.
I've always wondered, and I've never wanted to push you, but you never really talk about what happened when you were down in that cellar.
Yeah, I figured this day would come eventually. It started with pressure. That's the easiest way to put it. Morvin, the bookstore owner, she wasn't just running a shop. She was the head of the Highland Land Trust. I didn't know that at first. She sent Ryan Calder to me, told him to have a word. They wanted the farm, wanted me out.
He did the same to me.
Yes, this land is what Thewi wanted. I refused to sell. Didn't matter how much pressure they applied. Then they started asking questions about the water.
The underground supply?
Some of the purest water in the Highlands. Once I realized what was under this place, I knew why they were pushing so hard. I didn't even know the full value of it back then. But they did.
I've tapped it into the greenhouses, the goat paddock, but that's about it for now. Eventually, I want it feeding into a quarry if we get one. Really make use of it.
That water's a gold mine if it's used right. The kidnapping happened fast. I was in the bookstore one afternoon, same as always. She offered me a drink. I woke up underground. Cellar, concrete, dark, no windows. Days would pass without seeing her, sometimes weeks. She'd leave food, barely enough. Just enough to keep me alive.
I still can't believe she did that to you.
She was convinced she was doing the right thing. Said the land belonged to the trust. Said I was in the way. That's when I realized she wasn't just corrupt. She was dangerous.
Ryan knocked me out up at the castle ruins once. I remember hearing her voice. That was the first time I knew she was involved.
That was no accident. I hid the evidence as a backup, buried it, drew the map. I never got the chance to give it to anyone before she took me. You finding it, that saved me.
Margaret never gave up. She always knew something was wrong.
She did. She just didn't know where to look. And she was terrified of being wrong. What you did, buying the farm, following the clues, putting it all together. You didn't have to, but you did. I owe you my life.
You don't owe me anything.
I get to be back here, close to Margaret, on the land. No pressure, no ownership weighing me down. Just farming again. It's over now. Morven's behind bars. Ryan's gone. The past stays where it belongs. You've made this farm into something I never could have. Working here with you, these last couple of years, it's been the best part of getting my life back. I hope we keep doing this for a long time yet.
Me too, Ewan. Me too.
All right, back to work, yeah?
Yeah, back to work. That's a lot to take in. Hearing Ewan say it out loud like that really puts it into perspective. 3 years of his life stolen, locked away. And yet here he is, back on the land, doing what he loves, finding peace in the simple rhythm of farming again. I don't think I'll ever fully understand what that must have been like for him, but I'm glad he's here. I'm glad he's enjoying this place again. And speaking of Ewan, looks like he's just finished up with the combining over in Field 9. He's loading up that final full trailer now. He'll take that back to the yard, get it parked up, and then head home for the day. I'll stay out here and finish baling what's left. We've both earned a breather after today. That pretty much wraps up this month. Barley's in, straws baled, big decisions made, even bigger truths uncovered. And honestly, it's been a heavy one, emotionally and financially. Next month, I'm giving Ewan some time off. He's earned it. Harvest like that takes it out of you, and after everything he's been through, he deserves a proper break. I'll handle things solo for a bit, nothing too crazy, just the small but important jobs. I'll be collecting the straw bales, keeping an eye on the animals, making sure the productions are ticking along properly, and spending some proper time on the olive grove. Those trees are going to be a big part of what comes next, and they need attention. July's about consolidation, catching our breath, making sure everything we've built so far is actually working the way it should. No big risks, no major purchases, just steady progress. After everything that's happened this month, I think that's exactly what this farm needs. And as always, last job of the month, goat yoga. Let's see. There we go. Another payout. £275,000 sitting in the bank now. That's a strong place to be heading into the next month, especially after everything we've taken on. Alright, that's June wrapped up. Time to see what July brings.
July. Final month of the season. Standing in the yard for a moment, just taking it all in. £230,000 in the bank, the farm quiet, and Ewan finally taking some well-earned time off after the harvest. It feels strange without him here, but he's earned the break. First stop, the flour mill. 54,000 litres of barley sitting in the system, 8 pallets of flour ready to go, but production's paused. That won't do. Quick trip into the office, switch it back on, and we'll let this thing run non-stop for the next couple of months. Over at the oil mill now, only 2 pallets of olive oil produced, and no olives left in storage. Over by the goat yoga pen now, 19 goats left. These are the ones that'll rebuild the herd properly, slowly this time. Once the pen fills again, we'll rotate older goats back out like before. No rushing it. Right, time to move. Flatbeds hooked up, heading out to collect the straw bales. Easy money, clean job. As I'm loading these up, it's hard not to think about how much this farm's been through already this year. We started the season buried under loans, juggling productions, selling animals we didn't want to sell. Decisions that honestly could have sunk the whole place. But step by step, things started to line up. The oil mill's running, the flour mill's running. Fish food isn't just an idea anymore. Straw sold, trailer put away. Now for the job we've ignored too long. The olive grove. We expanded it, but we haven't cared for it properly yet. Weeds are creeping in, soil's compacting, and if we don't fix that now, yields will suffer later. Into the Landini. Mulcher on the front, subsoiler on the back. Small tractor, perfect for tight rows. Mulching keeps weeds down and nutrients where they should be. Subsoiling opens the soil, lets the roots breathe. Olives need space below ground just as much as above. Row by row, it starts to look right again. Clean lines, healthy soil. 6 extra rows planted, and next season, these trees should finally start paying us back. That brings us to the bigger picture. Next year is where all of this either works or it doesn't. We've got the oil mill, we've got the flour mill. Once the soybeans come off, grass has to go straight in. Feed security comes first now. Ideally, we buy the field next to 13, put grass in there too, and rotate properly. If the fish food runs consistently, we're looking at around 20,000 a month. That's the foundation. From there, the fishery behind the olive grove becomes real. Instead of selling fish food, we use it ourselves, control the entire chain. And once that's running, aquaculture on the loch is the next step. Salmon changes everything. But there's still one decision hanging over this farm: the fish food factory. If I don't buy it, someone else will. And if the wrong person gets it, it won't exist for long. So, what comes next? Do we double down on fish food? Move into quarry and stone? Build a proper dairy? Or try to do it all, carefully, one step at a time? I don't have every answer yet, but for the first time in a long time, this farm feels like it's finally pointing somewhere real.